Hey everybody, John at Midnight Paint Body here. Hey, in this video I'm just going to go over some basic rust repair with you. Alright, so before I get this video started, I just wanted to take a minute to say thanks to everyone that's been subscribing to the channel. It's pretty awesome. I don't think I'll ever be one of those guys making a bunch of money doing YouTube, but it's pretty cool that, you know, for me anyway, I think it's neat that people want to see the stuff I'm doing, so I do appreciate that. So I'm going to take you outside. I'll kind of show you what we're working on today. So I'm just going to go over some basic rust repair. Now, I know a lot of guys see this and see surface rust, but we're going to sandblast this and see what we're really working with. So we've got that there. And a little bit we're doing on this side. I'll show you that too. I mean, it's nothing major, but now, unfortunately, this fella had this truck done at a different shop, I guess, only a year ago. And I mean, it looks great. They did a fantastic job. But I think there may have been some corners cut with priming and taking care of the inside of the panels. So anyway, I'm going to get this set up. We're going to do a quick little bit of sandblasting and we'll see what we have. Now let's have a look and see what we've got. Just like I suspected, we definitely have some rust holes. And it looks to me, yeah, this panel's been glued on, so it had a box side. And it looks like they didn't take all of the old panel out, so it's kind of got some old metal sandwiched in there. So this piece, I mean, we'll be cutting a strip out of there. I'm gonna try and keep it really simple. And then the other side, I know the owner said this truck did just have cab corners put on, but again, new cab corner. There's remnants of the old cab corner there, so they didn't even take everything out, so it's just not done really great. But we'll get this primed up properly and we'll treat the inside for them, and hopefully it'll last a lot longer than the last guy's job. I think I'm just going to get right at her here and kind of see how much metal we need to put in here. I think I'm going to actually stay on that line and put a piece in. Because this panel's been glued on, it's going to cause me problems with welding. But yeah, we'll start cutting her out and see what's in there, what we have to work with. I'll bring you guys in for a look here, so you can see how badly rusted that is on the inside. And I can see right away one of the problems is the inner panel is rusted through, and then so you see all this stuff that sits up in there stays wet and just makes a mess. So I am not addressing that inner panel. The truck's just here for this rust. It's gone. I can feel that it's gone all the way around. Now, unfortunately, to change that inner, pretty tough to do without changing the box side. And it's recently had a box side put on it, so we'll just get that cleaned out the best we can. And I'll just have to let the customer know to do his best to keep that pressure washed up in there and try and keep that dirt out. So, let's start making a patch. So here's kind of a simple way to make a template. So I've got the old piece that I cut out of the box, a piece of scrap, some 18 gauge. Oh, and I'll just trim that out. I'll cut it a little bit big, and we'll have a piece to put in there. Okay, so there's the piece we're putting in. So spend a little extra time, get it fitting nice, and you do want to have a little bit of a gap to fill. You don't want it too terribly tight, but yeah, we'll get that all filled in with the welder. So something to keep in mind, you know, I've heard over the years, been in the trade a long time, you hear guys that'll say, you know, oh, I had my truck painted by so-and-so and it was rusting out in a year. Sometimes it's not, you know, they've done everything right on the outside, but, you know, as body men, we can't control what's going on the inside of the truck. Now, every time I do jobs like this, I treat all the inside of the panels, I spray them down with oil, so that's going to soak into everything and soak into the seams, but I don't think many guys take that extra step. And it's probably kind of what's happened here. You know, you look at how rusty the inside of the panel is. You know, when this got painted, you know, they couldn't see in there, so. But anyway, let's get this welded up. So I'll check my weld, see if I can see any pinholes or anything that need to be touched up. bit there. Yeah, I'm gonna buzz that with the welder, and then we'll come back when we're ready to do a little filler. Look at the welds all ground down on this. So next we're going to give it a coat of, this is Evercoat Everglass, like a short strand fiberglass body filler. So we're going to give it a coat of this to seal up the welds. And you want to really smash this stuff in there so that it's, you know, so you're not leaving any voids in there. You want it really filling those welds up. So I'll give that 10 minutes and we'll come back and sand it off. Alright, now just a light coat of body filler and we'll get that sanded down, and she's almost ready for primer. Alright, now just a light coat of body filler. So this is the Evercoat Z Grip. It's an 800-262. It's my favorite body filler. I know everyone has a preference, but so this just takes very little filler to finish this off. I know a lot of you guys watch and are in the US, so I don't know if Evercoat, I don't know if it's just a Canadian brand or if it's something you guys get there. I would assume, I think it's a pretty big company, but between here in Canada and the US, there's probably a lot of different suppliers and companies of all this auto body stuff. I was actually just at the Lordco Auto Parts trade show in Vancouver last week, and I was talking to an Evercoat rep there. Told them how much I like this filler. It's actually their inexpensive filler. And that's what he said. He said there's some guys just love it, won't use anything else. Like myself, I guess. Normally inexpensive body fillers are, well, you know, you get what you pay for, right? Ooh, it's kicking over already. Well, it's because I got the heat cranked in here. There's just some paint work on that motorhome in here this morning. So, kind of messed that up a little bit with not being quick enough. Might need to reapply because I kind of let that go a little too long. Guys in for a look here. So there's just kind of a finished repair. I'm just gonna feather this all back a little bit, probably just with some 320, and we'll be pretty much ready for some primer after I sand a little bit on the other side. Now this is my personal preference doing body work. I don't like to ever have body filler touching paint. I've found in the years I've been doing this, if you're going to get shrinkage, so you're going to get a repair that's going to show back up, that's where it's going to happen. I like to have that bare metal there where I can have a good epoxy primer on the metal before we get to the filler. So this will get a coat of epoxy primer, then a couple coats of high build primer. So that's how that looks. We'll sand her back a little more. I'm going to do a little on the other side, and then we'll mask this up and put a little primer on it. So there's the repair all primed up. It's 2 coats of the epoxy primer and then 2 coats of the high build primer on top of that. So that's going to be too fresh to sand today when it's curing up. So I think I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to prep up the rest of the panel, so I'll just be doing the black. So I'm just going to use some 800 grit by hand to do the rest of the panel, because this will get the paint over the repair and then the rest of the panel will just get clear coated. So it's the next day, primer's dry. I'm just gonna get this prepped up. A little bit of prepping on the other side, and we'll get this old girl into the booth. All right, we got the old Ford in the booth. Actually just need to run into town and pick up the paint for it. Buckle up. Safety third. Oh, come on. All right, leaving the auto parts store. Yeah, auto body. It's $1,000 box of stuff.
Bring back.
Hey guys, if you're still watching, I was just thinking there, I think I'll do another t-shirt giveaway. So what I was thinking, if you are interested in getting one of these limited edition Midnight Paint Body tank tops and a couple of stickers, leave me a comment on the YouTube. I don't know, leave me a comment, tell me what country you're in and whether you would like a large or extra large, because that's all I have. And I think on Friday the 13th of May, I will take all those comments and I'll draw one random winner, and wherever you are, I'm going to send you one of these tank tops and a couple stickers. All right, so I'm just going to go regroup here a little bit. We'll come back to the truck and I'll show you what we're going to do to finish it up. So my last step with any of these jobs, especially when I've done welding, so I've just got a cheap undercoating gun. It is filled with used motor oil, so it's nothing fancy. It's just, there's probably stuff that's better, but I have a lot of that because I have a lot of cars. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to get up underneath and spray up the inside of this panel. So where I've welded that patch in, it's going to get coated with oil, and the rest of the inside of this panel, and it's going to seep down into these seams. And it's just good preventive maintenance. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll come back and have a look at the panel.